All right, so you found the home that you like. You want to make sure you put your best foot forward. So how do you make your offer stand out? Well, Bill Litton and his team at Cross Country Mortgage help people with that every day, and we're going to share some tips on how they do that coming up. Well, hello, welcome into the Smart Mortgage Show. I am Ben George with Bill Litton, Regional President at Cross Country Mortgage. We're glad to have you on the show once again. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit subscribe. And if you're listening to us, come join us on YouTube as well. We got some good information there, plus show some graphics to help you with that. But Bill, today I want to talk to you about making an offer stand out. And I think most people will just commonly think, well, my agent's the one helping me put together an offer. They're going to help me do what's best to make my offer stand out. But there's a lot that you and your team at Cross Country do from a mortgage lending perspective to help with this as well, right?
Yeah, so we work with your agent. We work together to make sure you're making the strongest offer possible, because right now your offer is probably going to be one of 10. So you have a 10% chance of having your offer accepted. In a normal market, maybe there's one or two offers, but in this market, 10 offers is very common. So how do we stand out? And I would say the first way we do that is, instead of just sending the letter to the listing agent and the seller, the pre-approval letter, we call them, we talk to them, we let them know we're local. We let them know we've looked at the credit, we've looked at the income, we've reviewed the funds to close, we've run it through Desktop Underwriter. Our office is right down the street. Half the time, the person on the other side knows us. So gives them a chance to ask questions so they can get more comfortable. The other thing we've begun doing is pre-underwriting the file. So instead of making an offer with just a pre-approval letter, we'll have it fully underwritten, and we're making offers with actual mortgage commitments rather than pre-approvals. And those are getting, they're almost as good as cash. So they aren't cash, and I think people are trying to play them off as cash these days. That's not a cash offer, but it's getting close to being like a cash offer. Also, in being creative and positioning, we also do something with an appraisal where we'll see if we can get an appraisal waiver. So sometimes if the system, if the algorithm, if the like Zillow Zestimate where you could put your address in, it'll tell you what your house is worth. If the number is really, there's a high confidence level with the sale price and what the system thinks the house is worth, there will be an appraisal waiver where no appraisal is required. That one you get like 10-15% of the time. If not, we use PMI as appraisal gap coverage, which is a really powerful tool. So we can tell a seller and a listing agent, hey, we don't care where the house appraises. We're good. House could appraise at the purchase price. It could appraise $100,000 lower, and our buyer won't need to come to the table with one more dollar. Okay, so using appraisal gap coverage is really powerful, and we use it all the time. It's not like an appraisal waiver where the system has to give that to you. It's much more user friendly, and much higher percentage of buyers can use that. Also, we can close in 2 weeks. Sometimes the seller is saying, I just want this off my books. There could be a variety of reasons, but we can close fast. In the spirit of being creative, sometimes we'll say, hey, we're the buyers that'll let you lease the house back. You're not ready to move yet? That's fine. Whatever it takes, we'll let you leave the house. We'll let you lease the house back and leave everything in it that you don't want to take. We'll get rid of it. Right? Also, bridge loans. So sometimes our customers, they haven't sold their house yet, so they don't have the money from the sale, and they don't want to make their new purchase contingent upon that sale. Then we could employ a bridge loan. And a bridge loan is basically realizing the equity in the house you're going to sell before you've sold it, so that you can make offers without a contingency. And Ben, those are just 6 or 7 quick examples of what we do. We've got a list of 50 that we use to try, and every single time you make an offer, we want to check as many boxes as we can in the make your offer stand out, make your offer as strong as possible category to give you the best chance of winning.
And your goal here too is to give whoever the seller is, give them as many concessions as possible that make them happy about the deal, but also to give them the confidence that everything's going to work out, right? That's the other part of this, is that you want to make them feel very confident that when, hey, it's time to go to the closing table, nothing's going to fall apart here.
That's exactly it is. So the seller of the house might be buying a new house. They have a lot on the line. The seller of the house might have the best buyer they're going to get. For a multitude of reasons, there's timing involved. It's very important that that seller brings the home to a conclusion of sale, and we want to be the people who give them the most confidence that that is going to happen.
So what does this mean for me if I come into cross country and sit down with you and we're putting together an offer, or I'm working on an offer to find a home and I'm working with you on my mortgage? What does it take on my end as the person, the borrower, to make these things happen? Or is this just something that you and your team kind of work down the checklist, see what all you can do to present the best foot forward? Or is there something I have to do on my end to help make these things happen?
So we're automatically going to be looking for every possibility to position your offer in the strongest place possible. But I always say, if you have something that you think might be helpful or useful, please tell us about it. I can't tell you how many times customers have been, helpful in being creative with crafting offers that can be, the winning offer. So by all means, we want to hear what you have to say. We're going to be looking at a list of options every time, but we want to hear your thoughts.
Also, why it's important to get the lending part of this figured out before you get out into the market too and look for a home, right? So that you can work in tandem with you and your agent as well to put everything together.
Yeah, we want to make sure that you're already, you have the financing in place, you understand what that looks like, so that you can go in confidently and make strong offers. The other thing too is to put the financing in place, to understand the structure, to go over the numbers. It's going to require your attention. And once you've got that in place and now you're out bidding on homes, the experience of having your attention now on the home itself, the location, the curb appeal, inside, outside. I know we have buyers that call us on Friday night at 6 o'clock saying, we're going to run through this home. We don't know anything about a mortgage. Can you pre-approve us really quick? And we certainly will do that. But the experience for them is very different because their mind's in 2 or 3 different places rather than, hey, I know the financing's good and we're going to have time to go back home or back to the realtor's office and we're going to lay all that out. But right now, I just want to think about the house.
Yes, that's the position you want to be in. And again, what Cross Country can help you with. And these are just some of the things that they can do and provide to you to help make your offer stronger when you're trying to get that home that you got your eyes on for a while. Try to secure that and just make that process a little bit easier and give you a little more confidence going into it. So again, if you have questions, you want to reach out, want to get in touch, you can always do so online, smartmortgageshow.com. But also, you can call Cross Country. It's 484-352-4151. Set up a free 15-minute mortgage and loan consultation. Begin talking through some of these things. Bill will find out what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish, see how that all works in with your overall financial picture, which is really important, and help get you in the best mortgage possible for what you're trying to accomplish. So it's all right there. And if you wanted to get started, right, if you're in that position too where you're ready to kind of hop in and begin the application process as well, you can always get started. There's a Get Started button on the website that can get that thing rolling as well. So whatever position you're in, we'd love to hear from you. You can also leave a comment on YouTube as well, and we'll sort through those as we move forward. Bill, anything else to add to this before we close it out?
No, I think that the main thing is if you're serious about buying a house and you want to learn more about financing options, way to make your offer strong, what's available to you top to bottom, please reach out. We're always happy to hear from you. We do a lot of mortgage planning with our customers. So please call us and we will certainly help you to make the best decisions possible when you're trying to buy a home.
Absolutely. Well, we hope this episode helps you out. Again, plenty more to listen if you want to go back through our YouTube channel or smartmortgageshow.com. Everything's there for you as well. For Bill Litton over at Cross Country Mortgage, I'm Ben George. Thanks for being a part of the show, and we'll talk to you next time. This program is for informational purposes only. Please consult a qualified professional before taking any action. Bill Litton is a loan advisor and regional president with Cross Country Mortgage, NMLS number 147060.